Hey, my name's Austin Panter. I am oversight to Freedom House Discipleship School. Me and my wife get to oversee all students and staff within the school. When the ministry first started, we had a desire to see people come for longer term. We saw hundreds of people come overseas to go into the nations, go on short-term and long-term trips, and we wanted to see people be transformed through a discipleship process, but we only had people for 2 weeks or 4 weeks or 8 weeks. We just knew, we knew that a longer term setting, people could be transformed by the Lord and actually see what it would look like in real life in the States to do that. The creation of the discipleship school, I think, was really what got me excited first, to see people come for longer. So now I think what gets me out of bed and gets me really excited is seeing people commit their lives to a year of nothing but strictly Jesus. And they're saying yes to opening up the scriptures, being transformed by the word, transformed by his presence, being able to watch people walk with Jesus for that period of time and be able to help aid them into more of him is what gets me the most excited. We don't believe that people can be transformed without God's presence. We don't think people can come into freedom without God's presence. We know and believe wholeheartedly that Jesus is the one who does the work. We set up places and spaces for people to encounter and experience the Lord. Not that it's all about experience, but we believe places like coming into a classroom setting where they're really learning through the whole Bible in a year, going through the scriptures, being transformed by his word just by learning is one setting. Another setting is in prayer and in worship. We want to set up spaces where people come and they're expectant. They're going to be worshiping the Lord. They're going to be learning how to pray. And also we have hands-on, a thing called cultivate, where students get to be hands-on and really put their hands to work, whether it's going and serving the community, whether it's being in churches and serving alongside churches, going and preaching the gospel downtown Charleston. We want to put people's hands to work and say, you can experience God in every day, in your job, in your work setting, everyday task, being in the grocery store. There, God's presence is here. The biggest transformative thing for me is watching a student that comes in and says, I'm just gonna commit myself to Jesus, and their heart transforms from the idea of I'm not doing enough to transforming to, no, I get to be here, I get to be in his presence, I get to walk with him, I get to just open the word and learn from him. And it's just a training season for them. I think what's so cool is I've seen several students really commit themselves to what 9 months in the States looks like. Their hearts change from, oh, I have to figure out what my calling is. I have to figure out what I'm supposed to do with my life. And instead of asking that question now, they're asking, it's not even about what I do anymore. It's about the fact of, I just want to be honoring and loving to Jesus, and I want to know him more. We've gotten obsessed with what is God's will. And when we think what is his will, we're really asking the question, what am I supposed to do vocationally? I think God's trying to change people's hearts from that question of, he's in that detail. He wants to show you what you're supposed to do vocationally, but first he wants to show you his heart. And so if that means just committing yourself to a year of being in his word, in his presence with him, and that's just a small year of however many years you live on this earth, it's worth it. It's worth it. If you're on the fence, I don't think you need to become so obsessed with what am I supposed to do. I think if the worst thing that you do is say yes to coming to a school where you know you're going to get Jesus preached and your life is going to be transformed by him and you're going to be able to be in his presence every day, what could be bad about that?